I was in the stream. That is what we're talking about today with Windows and Linux. Follow me as I'm going to be installing the Windows Subsystem for Linux here in a very easy, get going fast sort of a manner. Let's pop straight into this. All right, we're going to head to the desktop, and what we're going to end up doing is we're going to install this Windows Subsystem for Linux. Now, I know in the last video we talked about Hyper-V and getting actually a Linux operating system installed on your computer, and this is a little bit different. There's a nuance that's going to be taking place between what we did yesterday, I guess, or a couple days ago, and today. The difference is what we did with Hyper-V is it's like installing Windows all over again inside of our Windows sort of thing. Those two things actually never really meet. I spent a lot of time with this, and I've really learned a lot. It's really quite fascinating. How it works is when it installs that in there, it literally is its own operating system, fully on its own partition, doing its own thing. A partition means you take your hard drive and you chunk it and you use it for something that the rest of it is not used for. Okay, but that has a disadvantage in that you cannot share your video card with it. Oh, color me surprised when I found that out, and color yourself surprised if you found that out as well. So essentially, what has to happen is that becomes very good if you have multiple video cards. All right. Now, Subsystem for Linux is nice because it's a small version of that. It's a much lighter, what they call lighter, a smaller footprint kind of thing. And it runs Linux, but it runs it much easier, much more integrated into Windows. So you can actually copy stuff back and forth. When you're running the Hyper-V, it's literally like you have two different computers. Okay, even though they're all in one, that's why the picture of that brain, you have the brain with two entities living in it. It's literally it's like having two different computers, and the only way they can talk with each other is literally through the internet, through networking and stuff like that. Now, with Windows Subsystem for Linux, you could literally copy stuff from Windows and into the Subsystem for Linux. It's got all the core stuff. Okay. We're going to install it because it becomes an important software, even though it's a difficult software and it is a very finicky software to use. It's still a very important software because there's a lot of stuff that you just, every once in a while you need a Linux distribution to use. Okay. As we get further in the AI stuff, you find that there's a lot of things when you want to get into training models, particularly making LORAs, doing stuff like this. A lot of it is built for Linux. So if you have a subsystem for Linux going, it's a good thing. And you can read about it all here. All right. They've got a bunch of stuff here. You can do, it becomes, a lot of you guys use Docker and stuff. Just a lot you can do with it. Okay. I almost exclusively use it for testing apps and stuff like that. I get in there and I say, okay, there's something I cannot install in Windows. I'm going to install it. But here's the thing. This sucker it can be a nightmare. I've literally reinstalled my entire Windows because my subsystem for Linux was not working that great. So, hey, the good news is you got me here because I'm going to guide you through this because, guys, you can spend hours dealing with this, but I'm going to get you going fast. All right. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to pop over here. First thing we're going to do is close this stupid thing down. All right. And we'll put this up here. Move this handsome devil over here. All right. Now we're going to click on the start button down here, and you got to type in the word features, and this comes up and it says turn Windows features on or off. Okay? So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to click this one here that says the Windows Subsystem for Linux. So you'll click OK, and what it's going to do is it's actually going to install on your drive, but it's going to force you to reboot. So you will have to, if you're following along in this tutorial, just stop the video, go reboot, come back, I'll still be here. All right? Now, for the rest of you poor slobs who's going to sit here and stick with me through the rest of this straight up, we go back here and let's assume it's been all rebooted and here we is, okay? We're ready to do something. But what you're going to find out is you're going to go how it becomes like that John Travolta meme where he's just like going like this, like from what's that movie? Oh shoot, I know what it is, but you know, him and Samuel L. Any rate, so you start going, how do I turn WSL on? And you might think like, well, hey, let's just click this button down here and type WSL, and oh my God, there's something there. But guess what, friend? You would be wrong. You'd be wrong. You click it, and what would happen is it would say you're missing a distro, and you would go, "What is a distro?" And then you'd have to go to ChatGPT or something, and you'd find out it means a distribution. So, in other words, you don't have anything to install. So you have to set up Windows Subsystem. You get the framework. When we go to that features, it goes, "Hey, we're ready to go if you want to install an operating system." But you got to bring your own operating system. It's like a barbecue. Bring your own beer. Hey, you can come over, eat burgers, and drink beer. You got to bring your own burgers and beer. Okay? But we'll give you a place in which to drink your burgers and beer. Now, obviously, we're getting close to Memorial Weekend because I'm thinking about barbecuing. Now, this is where I'm going to use my tools here, and I will explain to you how you don't have to use my tools, all right? But I will say my tools are going to get you going in minutes, and you're probably going to spend hours doing this. Now, I give these over Get Going Fast for the Prairie Dog members. So it's like a Prairie Dog is our entry level member. Okay. But I'm committed to getting you going down there anyways. Okay. So we're going to click back over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go use my schwanky danky. I'm going to move this guy over here. I'm going to use this very cool little guy that I'm working on and go for search for apps. This is my Get Going Fast toolbar that I'm putting together for the crew members here. And it's going to bring up this little thing here. And I'm logged in. So I actually can log in. It says I'm a prairie dog. Hey. So I'm going to go here, do my WSL. And all this is going to do, I'm just showing off for you guys, by the way. I'm going to click this Open Tools. This actually, with other things, will install this little toolbar thing here that I'm showing you. Will actually bring stuff down and install the Get Going Fast stuff manually. So it's literally like grab it, click it, installs it, you're ready to go. I'm making it even easier for you. This one is pushing us over here to the browser. And this is really what I'm going to be using, this WSL complete package. So it's, free with or whatever. So I'm going to go over here and it's going to look something like this. I download this to this folder here. It looks like this. Then I just right click on it and I go down to the WinRAR down here and I go extract here. All right. Now I've got to install the distro. So I'm going to click this WSL install. Okay. And I'll also show you what's inside here. Before we go, but I'm going to click run. And now this is going to go ahead and pop this thing up here. And this will actually download your distribution. Now mine says a distribution with the supplied name already exists. Hey, that's because I already installed it. Okay. Yours will actually go and download a distribution. It will install it and it'll say, hey, guess what? You're done. Then guess what? Just because you've got a Linux distribution, friend, you still have to get your graphics card to work with it. Okay. So you got a 5090 or something like that, an NVIDIA RTX 5090, hell, and big deal. It's not hooked up. So you got to figure out how to do that. Linux is not an easy thing to do. But what we're going to do is we're just going to click this here. It's going to pop up over here. We'll ask for your password. So actually, I guess I'm glad this happened because I sort of forgot. When you go through that install, it's going to ask you for your username and your password, right? So just give him your name, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, and the password is, his name is my name too. Okay. So that's really easy to type every time. So that's good. You can have that one for free. All right. So you go through there, and then when you type this CUDA thing, it's going to say password for the thing. So we're just going to put our password in there. Notice it doesn't type the password out. The password shows up as blank. So if you're typing and it's not doing anything, you're going, why is there not showing anything? And you're hitting more buttons. It is entering, it's just not displaying it. So if you've already hit it a bunch of times, hit the backspace a bunch of times and then start over again. All right, but now as we go over, you're going to see that this starts to download. And mine is a little bit slow, probably because all the stuff we're doing here. But it's going to download it. It's going to install it. It's going to do everything. I want to show you here what the file looks like. All right. Actually, this is just a bat file. It's going to go into this support thing over here. Okay. So in here, this was the install file that I was telling you about, the first one that we did. So notice here, I have a video. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I've actually made other videos about this. You can research this, but look at this. It's really not hard. That's the command that you need to run to install a distribution. Okay. So again, go over to my other video and I show you exactly how to do it. And you can grab it from there. All right. Okay. Same thing here with the open. So we're going to, oh, actually we'll go over here actually. And we'll open up the CUDA one here. And look at, again, it's just, you know, it's not a very much, it's just a single command kind of thing. But the thing is, you need to know how to do it. You need to know where to put it and all this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you where to put it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really not that difficult, but it is time consuming and you've got to get these things right. ChatGPT is your best friend. Even as I was preparing for this video, my Windows Subsystem for Linux through some, like, said it was corrupted. I'm like, oh my God. So ChatGPT becomes your best friend because you go to it and you say, chats, I'm having a problem. And it says, let's chat about it. Let's fix it. Right. And so you fix it. But you need to be a little savvy. I'm here to remind you, you are savvy. You can do this. All right, but going back to here, what we're going to need to do is we're probably going to need to pause the video because it's taking a really long time, this seems. And that might be a my internet thing. Yeah, we're only up to 6%. So that's a my internet thing, but it has to download, fairly large file. The bottom line is, we're going to go down the line here. Notice we've got a conda installed there. We need to install our mini conda. When this one is done over here, okay, we're going to install our mini conda. Then we'll go down here. When we're ready to go, you want to open it, you just press this WSL open. And that will actually open up the Windows Subsystem for Linux. So let's see if this actually works for us here. See, there you go. All right. So I clicked it. Now we are in the WSL. Okay, a few cool things to show you here. First of all, let's move this over to here. Notice how I open that up and look at what folder I just happen to be in here. I'm in the mount folder. This is Linux stuff, but mount means that this connection to our Windows. Okay, here. But look, I'm in the WSL file, same file that I am in here. So wherever this file, this WSL open file and the support folder are at, this will work. If you actually just copy them both and you take them over to, say, this I don't know, Sterling PDF folder here, and you paste them here, right? Then we click open. Well, guess what's going to happen? It's going to open up in the Sterling PDF folder. So that's actually a very cool thing. All right, other thing. Once you've got this open, we've talked quite a bit about codecs. Absolutely in love with codecs. Okay, ChatGPT codecs. It's amazing. Okay, it's the new Comcast, the new DirecTV. My prediction is that within 1 year, 2 at the very most, your parents will be paying for an AI subscription at home like they pay for Dish TV or Direct or anything. And ChatGPT is right there at the front of that. Anyway, okay. So with that said, now that we've got this WSL, we can actually open up our codecs. Okay. And guess what? you can actually say to it over here, say, I would say something like, I've opened up the WSL here on my Windows 11 machine, and I would like you to do some work on it. Okay, and I already actually asked it about it, and it says yes, it can work with WSL. Okay, and so you can now you've got your WSL system set up. You can actually have it to do stuff for you as well. You can get my script, you can throw it in here and ask this thing, say, listen, I got the script, I want you to install it for me. Okay. To be honest, you could go in here and ask the agent, say, install Windows Subsystem for Linux for me. And it would go in there and it would probably do everything that we did as well. But you also need to remember to tell it the things that you need to install, the CUDA and the CUDA, not neural network and the minicon, all that good stuff. As long as you do that, guess what, guys? It'll probably be able to do it for you as well. Okay. So there you have it. All right. AI is just fantastic. I just love working with this stuff. I'm very, what's the word? Blessed. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed to be part of this because I install stuff every day and I love it. That's my hobby. Everyone has their hobby. My AI hobby is to install AI stuff, and I love doing it with you guys because you guys are fantastic. I do enjoy having you around here. So, all right, well, let's end it up there. You guys have a good rest of your night. Memorial Day is coming up. Memorial Weekend. Be safe. Love this is my favorite wedding. My favorite holiday. So this holiday is just one of these holidays where we get to be thankful for our loved ones that have passed away, all the people that fought for us in the wars and this and that, keep us safe around the world, that sort of stuff. So great, and it's a family. It's a family time. It's a go out and listen to some rock and roll music. About the only time of year I really listen to rock and roll music. Go out barbecue, drink some soda, flip some burgers, and spend time with family. And so I hope that you guys are able to do that. Enjoy your AI, share it with people. This is going to give you a good opportunity to get together and be social. Tell people all about AI because I'm guaranteed they want to know. All right. All right. We'll catch you later. You guys be good. Like the channel. If you wouldn't mind, I do appreciate that, and share it. And we will catch you, on the other side. Say hello.